Hey, how's it going? Big Show the God here. Uh, just thought I'd do a random post for this week. Had a few technical difficulties the last couple of weeks, so I haven't been able to do one. I've been doing it, but as you see, I've tried to improve the audio and stuff. Don't know why, but anyway. So yeah, a few interesting things been going on, but thought I'd just do a randomy kind of post because I've kind of talked about a lot of subjects that I like to talk about. Thought we'd just do something a little bit kind of like who cares. Facebook's a good one, so I thought I'd do. Let's just randomly look at my Facebook page, see what comes up. So nothing much there. Some sports stuff. What's this? If someone corrects you and you feel offended, then you have an ego problem. Someone corrects you and you feel offended, then you have an ego problem. You have an ego problem. I might agree with that actually. If someone corrects you and you feel offended, then you have an ego problem. No, I can feel offended. I feel I'm gonna feel what I feel. Doesn't mean I have an ego problem. I think it's as simple as that. If I go around telling everybody, or if I go around correcting everybody to what I think's the correct thing to say, then what problem do I have? You have an ego problem because you didn't listen to me. Not actually, I didn't say because you didn't listen to me, because you were offended by what I said. I corrected you. Yeah, nah. I'm leaning more towards maybe I have an ego problem. Might just be very very isolated cases that could I could agree with that. So I can agree or disagree with that one. See what happens here? The statement is made, if someone corrects you and you feel offended, then you have an ego problem. Most of that I agree with actually, but not in all cases. I think with we can go, you don't even have to correct me. If someone says something and I feel offended, then you have an ego problem. You didn't need corrects me in there actually. If someone says something to me and I feel offended, then I have an ego problem. That's possible. That's that's more. The corrects you bit is the bit that I'm struggling with. Who said you're correct? And who said you had to correct me? Correct me on what? I guess that's with a lot of things. Like if something's not true, but you think you're correcting me on that, I'm not offended by it. Yeah, because we can go the other way. If someone corrects me and I don't feel offended, it still doesn't mean I don't have an ego problem. See what I've done then? So yeah, in essence, I see, do more listening, listen to the message, blah blah blah. Kind of get it, but there's more to it than your phrases. Most people kind of going with you, gets the herd moving. Okay, there we go. Cousins putting up photos of their grandchildren. Anna and Kuro love you, darling. Nobody cares, but why you're on here. That's what Facebook's for. Got it. Go. Having someone in your life with depression and anxiety means being prepared for any and all episodes. Mental health, depression, alright. I'm a bit sort of like basic on that. I don't know. You're acting out. Let's say you've got depression and you've got all these things and you're acting out. Why is that my problem? Why is that my fault that I don't show compassion towards you? Out all fucking weird. Right? And I'm judging you anyway, right? Stay away from being judged. You're being judged. So I just put up with it. Right? Here we go. Boring. Here's my cousin getting into Israel Folau. It's a bit of a boring subject. I get it. It is funny where you go to with that sort of stuff. It's like about 10 angles. About 10 angles on Israel Folau's kind of religious kind of stance. You start, it's tricky. It's tricky, man. You can go both ways with it, right? You can go, who cares? If the Bible says whatever it wants to say, lots of people believe in that thing, so that makes it a little bit more complicated because people believe it's true. Then when you start quoting stuff that is in the book written a while ago, and you can't avoid these conflicts. It's just not. It's just not going to happen, right? And you're supposed to be able to say whatever you want, but right. Me personally, I don't really. It makes no difference to me what you believe. I really don't really care what you believe. Don't tell me what to believe. I'm not telling you what to believe. Last time I checked. Believe it all. Fine. Uh, you know, preach it all day too. You can preach it in your places, whatever. But then to be upset when someone counters you, if you can be, that's the way it is, Like, so anyway, you won't be the last one to to quote some religious dogma. He won't be the last one. Now, regardless of what he says and what he thinks, unfortunately, it does fall in the category of a hate speech. No. If you're going to quote some scriptures out of any of those religious doctrines, you can't cherry pick. You got to quote them all. You know? And mate, you're on a slippery slope when you start quoting slavery. You know, not sure. I mean, the gay thing is one thing. Okay, I mean, I disagree with it as well, but whatever. But you know, if we throw out the slavery part, or if he started quoting slavery, you think slavery's a good idea, and let's get, you know, how come more you African Americans aren't being slaves? Yeah. See what backlash he gets for that. In fact, he's actually one who should be a slave. Apparently, you know, slavery is a good thing. Apparently, in those scriptures. So, just you know, if you believe that, that's a problem, man. Is not just the two pieces he quoted about gays going to hell and people that sin drink alcohol and stuff. Kind of weird because it kind of touches a lot of different. So anyway, my Irish mates like to make jokes. It's kind of rude how you have to work out to be in shape, but okay. Right. Another Israel for now. Let's keep moving. Mates, sports mates, boxing mate. Got a bit of sports stuff in there, haven't I? Kind of one of my things, I suppose. Makes sense. I look, one of my own posts. What was that one? People are upset that other people give their money to somebody because they think that somebody doesn't deserve it. Yeah. Yeah, that was back on that Israel Folau thing. It's one thing, all the stuff he says and all that sort of jargon. But it's another thing that I'm upset, I'm offended or upset that people, other people, give their money or their whatever they want to give and donate to Israel Folau to go do to go and fight in court with it. Bother me. And what people like to do is pull in there what they would do with the money, right? That's what I love. Oh, you know, that million could go to those starving children in Africa, or that million could go towards the starving kids down the road, the ones across the street, or the lady that needs an operation, or the person over there, or it could go to all those things, and it went to that. You donated the money to that. Let's get back to the beginning. People were asked to donate, and they donated. He wasn't lying what it was for. He may well be lying. Maybe he doesn't use it on that too. Even if he is lying. And, you know, so I give money to charity, and the charity goes and gives it and spends it on themselves. They go out for dinner. I don't know. And now I'm upset that that's what they did, I guess. But at the end of the day, You donated your money. That's what's happened. Well, that's your problem. It's it's done. Fascinating. Another thing to upset me. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I might be upset if I gave money to something and it didn't go towards that cause. That might upset me. But even then, it's like, oh well, lesson learned, I guess. Still my problem, not their problem. How's that? What's that? More sports, sports. Oh, he's one of my mates. I guess one of my mates is dying of cancer. Got terminal. It's an interesting one, right? Terminal cancer. And it's sad. It is a sad thing to go through. Uh, Probably lots of people go through it in heavy ways. So he's over there with his family, about doing his bucket list, hanging out with his family. Fascinating, right? It is fascinating. I look at that little piece and I say, when I'm diagnosed with cancer and terminal, that's when I go and hang out with my family that I've loved, that I've missed my whole life. Why don't you do that before you were terminal? Why don't you do that like on a normal month? Awesome, eh? It's awesome. We do those things then. Yes, we all do that. Having an event, having events to encourage me to do a thing. I guess people like their birthdays and anniversaries and all that sort of thing. Motivates you to go do something a little bit better than cancer. Cancer motivated me to go and see my mum and dad and my parent and my cousins and brothers and sisters and hang out with them. I'm going to die soon, apparently. All right. Didn't want to do this last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, before all this. Don't get me wrong, I know there's costs and all that sort of thing. I mean, he's a good guy, right? You'd hang out with me and us guys down at the club the whole time and enjoyed the hell out of that. He was healthy then, or healthier. That would have been a better time to go see your brothers and sisters and climb a mountain or hang out with them then. You know? Now these are I kind of look at that for myself. I'm very, very conscious of this. That I have a lack of that the energy I need to put in to have experiences like that. You know, I look for those opportunities, and whether the timing's right or not doesn't really matter. You know, I've been on lots of trips with friends. I've been on lots of trips with my family. But I can always do more, right? Could always go on another one. Don't think I'm going to regret going on a trip with my father. I'm not sure if I'm going to regret it. I mean, if he's a pain in the ass, it may not be the greatest memory of the trip, but I still would think there'd be some upside to it. You know, there'd be some type of upside. Yet, if he's a pain in the ass, it's not really, I don't really feel like organising a trip to go with him, right? Which is similar to probably what my kids will feel about me, you know? What do I do about that? Well, probably make excuses. Make excuses. Um, Tell them it's too expensive. Don't waste the money. That's a good one. Really, fuck. Rather go with my mates down the road, you know, if we're honest. Yeah. So I guess I'll wait till I get diagnosed with something. Nah. I reckon it's just something good to ponder on. What's that? Friends doing whatever. Allow again. Squash, sports, same photos. What's this? A friend lifting some weights. I like to share that type of thing, right? I'm two minds of that. I don't see it as an issue. I prefer that than a happy birthday, right? Me. If I was going to measure the two, that's more interesting, regardless of whether I think he's showing off or whether I think he's done well or I like it or not. I think that's an accomplishment. I don't agree with me, but anyway. Guys at a wedding hosting. I don't get that. I guess I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I'm not a hypocrite actually. If I was standing there drinking, it wouldn't much for me either. But having a photo of all of us in it, a group photo, I'm not against those. Yeah, obviously, it's okay. All right. Well, that's YouTube. Sorry, Facebook. It's my YouTube stuff. These are what I watch on YouTube regularly. Lots of sport, really. I do watch a bit of this. So I'm not even religious, but I watch that. I listen to the what's his name, Dave Ramsey. I'm into finances, right? I quite enjoy it. Once when I was what's the heading? Mother-in-law keeps asking us for money. Tricky, man. It's tricky, eh? Um, I think everybody's on one side of the fence or the other. With either you've loaned money to a family member or you've borrowed money from a family member, and you've either not paid them back or you have paid them back. Right? Every scenario has been done amongst us, and I love those stories because I find it fascinating. It ruffles you up, you know. It ruffles the emotions and it's almost like a taboo. It's a taboo. Ask for money back or to bring it up, bring up. You know, remember I gave my brother $500, and and I'd written it off. You know, I've learned to that the 500 it ain't coming back. So just live with that, right? That's my own mental side to it. There's no point. But there is. I mean, if I want to, I could go through a whole raft of things. For me, then don't give the money. And don't label it as a loan. I I'm not a bank. I don't have a structure around getting the money back. I don't have any. I don't have the same vehicles in place to get my 500 back. You know, can't send Bay Corp around. I could if I want. I mean, come on, really? So that line about whether it's a loan or a gift, you know, for me, that denomination, it's it's a gift, and it's very very hard for me to do a gift. Very difficult. Look at me. I still remember it. You see, that's the pain for me. $500 pain, and forgetting that is very difficult. Well, I don't see. That's a challenge in itself. So I understand. And the bigger the number, the more it happens. You know, and it gets trickier. It gets really tricky when, well, me and my wife, um, we're both responsible for our finances. We have one lot of finances. We both contribute to it, and so I gave $500. That person's thinking, "Go get it, get that 500 back." What are you talking about? I have to be brutally honest at the beginning, and then she's got family that ask for things too. You know, so I love it. I love it the most actually. I like the dynamics because you talk about it in present and before and afters too. Hindsight, hindsight's an awesome one. Should I never? I should have never done this. My brother a car. Should have never. Well, I knew he wouldn't pay me back. All this hindsight crap. And then I'll never do that again going forward. You know. And then here you are again in the same situation with a different scenario, with a different family member, perhaps, or a friend. You know. No, that's it. I'm not giving to nobody. And then, oh, situation. So I love it. The emotion that gets involved in that. So bringing up and asking for advice. The advice is the same. You know, got to get tough, man. And and do you want to be tough on it? Okay? Comes down to planning. Comes down to all the stuff. It's easier in hindsight. It's easier sitting here when it's already been done. And the people that are ringing up this guy, Dave Ramsey, aren't the ones who borrowed the money. Are not the ones ringing. It's always the lender, not the receiver, right? I'm not ringing up going, oh, oh look, man, my brother gave me $500, and I don't want to pay him back. you know, that's the truth. I think the guy's fucking got too much already. If you want to be brutally honest, 500, that's the least he could give me. I deserve it. I'm this, I'm that. Let's come on, man. Let's get out there. The mother-in-law keeps asking for money. Well, I would too if it keeps coming. Keep asking, right? It's free to ask. That's what you learn to do. You got this hard luck story sitting over here. You know, me and my wife earn a pretty good income. So if I look at that scenario and I think of how humans think, I go, well, you do have a lot of you guys just talked about how much money you've got, and now you're whinging to me about the 500 you loaned me, right? Or loaned. I loaned you 500. Where is it? We've got 300,000 in the bank. You know, where's that 500 I gave you? I mean, I love you, brother. I love you I love you. I want you to know this, but I gave you 500 and you said you would pay it back. So where is it? Doesn't doesn't really gel. I think once you've given it, it's tough, man. Make the tougher decision, in my opinion, is to not give it in the first. You can't, if you don't have the resolve to not give it in the first place. Being a debt collector and a agent to try and get the money back, right? You know, be patient, I say. No, yeah, that's my opinion on most of those stories lead down that way, and they're very similar. And it's nothing like being in that same situation yourself. You've had these. I've watched the videos. I've read the books. I know what to do in a situation. My brother wants go give me the hard luck story. He's got no money. He's about to be kicked out. The landlord's knocking on the door. Um, you name it. You know, I haven't eaten for 4 days. You know, you know. I've got half a million in the bank. Nah, look, bro, I love you, but can't do it. Can't give you $500. I just can't. I mean, I actually didn't give him five. Actually, I didn't even give him 500. I went and bought a computer to help him do his bloody bills. That's right. His computer broke. So I go and buy a computer with him. He's got a computer that still runs, still got power. The computer would go, and then we stuck on the computer so he could charge out his jobs. That's right, and then he could get some freaking income. So I guess I felt like I was giving him a fishing rod to go fishing. You know, don't teach a man to fish. That sort of story. I was giving him a fishing rod so he could go fishing. That helped me as well. But still, I digress to that, right? No, fascinating. No, that one too far? I don't know. I don't know. Brutally honest. Brutally honest. I think the part is that uh, I know giving $500 ain't solving the problem. Yes, that's where the mother-in-law keeps asking us for money. Giving the money ain't solving the problem. I guess that's more the sense. So stop giving the money, and if you want to help the person, look at what the problem is, and it's probably one of three things. A little bit fortunate with my brother that he has a skill and he can work. So get freaking working. Need some power for a month or two so that he goes to his job. Or if you need petrol to get to the job, I'll probably get you petrol. Probably. That's 500 was petrol. That's not outside the realms. If the 500 is to get you a carton of smokes, not sure. You know, to go and have a party tonight, not sure. You see, so you know, those are the areas that we get into. So that's one thing I sort of muck around doing. The rest of it's sports stuff, comedy, video games. Nothing much else there, is there? Watch these TED things. Find them interesting. I'm big on trying to educate myself more on different perspectives. I think it motivates me. So I am on the side of education, um, but I'm conscious of with education is the implementation. So I like to keep learning, but is the doing. The doing is the piece. You know, I like in this. How do I like? What do I mean by that? So I watch a video on. I like to train. I exercise regularly. That's okay. I think it benefits me, so that's why I do it. I don't need to cut into it, and I've modified my diet. I've mucked around with stuff like that, and it motivates me, and it all kind of balances out. The part of educating myself is to look at what else is going on. And so there might be one in there. There's a few theories about. So, for example, this morning I ran for hour and a half. Yeah, so it's an hour and a half. I do about 15 k's. I'm not fast, but that's fast for me. That's fine. I've talked about me in running. So anyway, so I do that, and that's the cardio session, right? And I might do that 3 times a week. If I'm honest, on a treadmill, I usually only do the hour, but I might go at 11 or 12 k's an hour, that type of thing, right? That's my cardio session, and then I throw some weights around in the afternoons, or sometimes after the cardio, I've got time. I think, I might as well lift these for a while. So I do that. Well, then I see a video that says for best results. And the science behind training cardio and strength exercises, whether you should do cardio in the morning and strength in the afternoon, and all the factors behind it. You know, and I can fool my head and go, right, I'm going to modify that, change that, and I do. I look at that and I think about it. I go, the big piece, the biggest piece of that whole statement and that whole learning thing is, what did you do, right? If you did 0 versus if you ran in the morning or you ran in the afternoon, we can have that debate. But if your answer is 0, it's still better running in the morning or running in the afternoon, right? Too much of this from people I talk to, it's procrastination part of I'm not doing it. Oh no, I've got to work out in the afternoon. I read a video, or I watched a video, or I read a book, and it says exercise in the afternoons. Okay. Get to the afternoons, don't exercise. Because of time, my kids, my family, I had to work late. So you did 0. Well, if you had lifted weights in the morning, that would still be 100% better than not working out at all. You know what I'm saying? So this notion of adjusting to the perfect scenarios, you know, oh, I shouldn't, I just ate, I shouldn't train because I just ate such and such, or I just did this, I'm not going to train, I'll train tomorrow. Really? That's the implementation part, and that's the bit that I find fascinating the most. How you read somewhere, heard somewhere that it would be better for you to train, and then, well, let's just make sure that 0 was in this equation when you didn't do anything. Oh, but we don't. Oh, you didn't capture that. So in my opinion, if you're working out 7 days a week, twice a day, then then that would to shift things around, to tweak and move, it probably makes sense. But if you're training once a month, oh no, it has to be in the afternoon. Give me a break, right? It don't matter. Train in the freaking morning, train in the afternoon. It doesn't matter when you freaking train. So start training more, or running more, or walking more, or whatever the hell it is, and start getting caught up with what freaking time of the day it is. You know, leave that for when you're training twice a day. All right, consistently for freaking 3 years. Then let's chat, because you do that, the body shape you're in now will probably be a freaking damn sight different than it will be if you train in the afternoon once a month. They skip over those bits, right? Skip over the frequency and the amounts and who's doing what. I've just ran now and I lifted some weights. Oh, no. Don't lift the weights. Wait till this afternoon. All right, I'll do that. This afternoon comes. Excuses, mental thing, can't be. Grandma comes over, wants to do something really important. I sit with her instead. Which one? Which one? Nothing, or train net, or lift some weights? Come on. Come on. So yeah, that's what I love about. So anyway, that's what I love about the educational bit. And I'm guilty of it. I can keep getting educated, and go, oh, found a reason. Ooh, no. Oh no, it's a good idea. You get more gains if I night. Okay, run at night, because at night you've things you're going to do instead. 6-0 on the sheet that you did 0 running the whole day. See how that works. Let's see what that number brings. So if you're already doing it, then you shift it. That makes sense. If you ain't doing it at all, or bugger all now, and now you're gonna strategize. What I'll do is I'll train in the afternoon. You ain't training in the morning, you ain't training in the afternoon, you ain't training at midday. Give me a break. It's the same with saving, finances. You ain't saving now. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I've paid that off. Then I'll come back and I'll save. Give me a fucking break. Do it now. Do it today. Do it this month. Oh no. I watched a video and they said it's best to start saving when the fucking when the when the shares are higher, or when the property investment, or better in summer. It's better after Christmas. You've got to do your gifts, and you've got to budget for Christmas. So I'll start saving in January. Oh, freaking hell. There you go. That's your bollocks, right? So I love how it translates. Implementation. Learning and implement. You learn something and you don't implement it, then you didn't learn it. Yeah? It ain't worth fuck all. That's my theory anyway. So I'm just interested in people that tell me, especially when you start out, right? I love it. You start something different, and you're asking you, oh yeah, so you train a lot, right? Am I off if I do as many sets? Buddy, better right now. Just fucking use them. Train the damn lot. Train all of it. Do what you can. How about that? More than you did yesterday. You were doing nothing yesterday. And then break some down and then start getting yourself into a bit of a routine. Keep educating yourself. I'm not denying that bit, but fucking something, you know. I prefer the one move more, eat less. That's a good start, you know. Change, What the fucking hell are you doing? I mean, if I'm honest, I've got to change what I'm doing too. More than likely, here I am saying I run this much and I lift this much and all sort of garbage. But I could challenge myself and change it a bit. I don't know. I run it at night for a bit. My challenge. All I'm suggesting is tweaking something when you're already doing it. A bit more merit. You're not doing nothing. You thought you would start training the other way, but then you stop doing that, and now I'm gonna train like this because The Rock said, or Arnold Schwarzenegger video said to do this. For fuck's sakes. They're 30 years in, mate. 30 years of doing shit. Get a grip. Don't even look at those videos. Right? Yeah. Maybe look at them to think you're gonna be something. Sweet. But if that's what gets you up in the morning and gets you going, fucking beautiful. Stop thinking about if it's not that you should run in the afternoon or run in the morning or eat this. I should eat this. A pre-workout. Ooh. Shake. You haven't had a fucking workout yet. You had the pre-workout shake, then you didn't have a workout. It's fascinating. Especially when they have the pre-workout shake. You did like 5 sets, and you're done. You're in the shower, feeling fucked. I don't think the pre-shake workout mattered. Just lift the fucking stuff and go home. So anyway, I guess that's my rant. Yeah, so that was interesting. All right, I'll catch you later.